준비 시작. 안녕하세요, 여러분. Hello, everyone. My name is Anthony, and this is my Korean journey. Let's get into it. Preface: this is not a teaching of how Korean, of the whole of Korean in general. This is more a diary of what I am learning right now to go from beginner to hopefully able to maintain a conversation with somebody in Korean, hopefully in the near future. And hopefully I can impart some of what I've been learning to you guys also, whoever is watching this video. I have in the past tried using Talk to Me in Korean books. Can't say enough good things about this. Great book, amazing learning material. Just that honestly, I'm not the type to motivate myself all by myself doing learning. So I've actually signed up for like Sejong Korean classes. This is once a week for me. I make the effort to go out and do it because it's a physical class. So hopefully maybe that'll motivate me more to get back into these. What I'll be doing is basically recapping every week what I have been learning, and hopefully you guys can grab some of the knowledge too. So this week, the first week, we learned Hangeul. It's their lettering system, I guess you could say. In total, there's a lot less than in the English alphabet. There's only 22, I guess you could say, letters. It's very easy. It's honestly, in my opinion, it's actually easier than if somebody were to try to learn French. So first off, we start off with the vowels. So the vowels there are 8 of them, and the first one, I most likely put them up here, I'm assuming. The first one would be E. So it's just straight line, and that says E. So the following one, you just add a little line, that is A. So the letter A, aha. The following one would be O. So it's a bit deeper deeper than A. So it's like O, but it's a lower octave for sure. The following one is a straight line, which is like as in there's something you don't want to do, so you're kind of like that. And then following, you add a line upwards, that is O, but then a line downwards is U. And finally, you have the 2 Es. So you have 2 lines with the 1 line through. So in both cases, they sound like E. I guess if you're Canadian, you go eh like that. Having spoken with people, Koreans, and Korean teachers, there is no real difference with these 2 vowels. It's more just recognizing. So those are the vowels. So to go over them again, we have I, A, O, O, U, E, and E. So those are the vowels. There are 8 of them. We're going to move on to consonants now. So for the consonants, there are 14, and with the 14, there are G, which is a little bit more of a G sound, because the following one has 2 lines, and that becomes K. So it's a bit softer. The first one's a bit harsher, I would say. First one's G, like a G, and the second one, the following, is K, with a softer K sound, I would say. Following that, we have N. So it's a bit of an N sound. And then after that, we have D. So this one's a D, I would say. D. And then the following one after that is a T. So again, it's kind of a similar situation where you add 1 line, it becomes a bit softer. So I would say this one is more of a T sounding. So you have D and T. Following that, we have M. So now the whole box is formed. So now we have M. So that's M. Following that, we have the one that looks like a number 2 is L. For Spanish people, this one might be actually quite easy because this is kind of a mix between L and an R. So for me, I can't do the rollings. So I just say, in most cases, I just go with an L sounding. So if I read a word, I'll read it kind of as an L and it'll come out fine. Then we have B. So this one is a B. And then you have P. So this one is a more of a P sounding one. The following next 3 are kind of all related. So you have S. So this one's an S related one. Now, special exceptions, I guess you could say, for this one is that if you put this S sounding consonant with the I sounding vowel, it'll become she, S-H-I, instead of C. Whereas if you put it with, say, any of the other vowels that we taught, like that I went over quickly, it becomes just an S. So for now, that's a special exception that should be kept in note of. So SI would be she instead. The following vowel would be ch. So we had S sounding one, s, and then we have a J sounding one, the j, like juice, kind of. The following, we have one more line added, and that is ch. So that is a ch. So it's not to be confused with the other one where we have she. So that's a bit higher pitch, higher sounding. This one's she, ch, like a bit lower. So if I were to put that with the I again, so you'd have with the SI where you have she and then you have chi. So a bit lower, kind of more in the J range. And then finally we have the one that sounds like an H, huh? So he. You could do he, and that's how you would put it. And then the last one is actually non-sounding for most cases. So the Korean way of spelling the alphabet is actually you combine vowels and consonants together. So you put them, you can have a maximum of say 3 characters together, and if you happen to need the circle for the third character, so you have 1, 2, and then you have a third, the circle is no longer non-sounding, it actually becomes the NG. So like when you do bang, the circle would be the last the third consonant, which was what we call a pachim, and that will be making the sound NG in this case. So it's an But in most cases, if you're just doing like the first vowel we did, you need to put that circle just there as a placeholder, so there's no actual sound. So it's a bit confusing, I know, but honestly, the rule of thumb is that if you see the circle, if it's not in the third position, it's basically silent. So to go over the consonants, you have g, k, n, d, t, m, l, b, p, s, sh, depending, j, ch, h, h, and then the last one, which is non-sounding, unless if it's the third one, which I guess will be looked into further when we actually get into like reading or looking at words, and that'll become easier to understand. But yeah, that's about it. That's the first video. It is really fun to learn a new language, and it's pretty cool to pick up something that is honestly very straightforward. It's very logical. So yeah, without that, thank you for watching, and every video I'm going to try to put at the end a little snippet of some I guess K-pop that I've enjoyed listening to. So I think the first one that I'll do is with probably going to be Psycho by Red Velvet. So it's their new song. It's kind of like a lo-fi hip-hop beat, and it's really enjoyable. It's been topping #1 on most of the music charts over there in Korea, and I quite enjoy it. And with that, guys, thank you for listening. 감사합니다, and I'll see you in the next one. 안녕히 계세요.